Hello my crafty friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Corrine Crafts. I hope you are well. Now I hope I'm not swearing and using the wrong C word for July, but let's do a little bit of Christmas crafting. We all like to start our Christmas crafting in July, and if I am inspiring you to make something, I'm giving you time to get your supplies in. How about this? This is my first Christmas card of the year. Look at that poinsettia, those ribbons. Yes, it's going to need to go in a box. It is only 6x6 and it will need to go in a box, so this will probably be my one that I hand deliver. I will do a flatter one as well. My hand delivered card, 6x6, one flower, but I'm going to show you how to take the red piece of card and make the mat, make the frame and make the poinsettia all from that one piece of card. We're just going to cut it down and keep using the bits. Got a little Stamps by Me sentiment on there. You use whatever you've got. Lots of little flourishes. How opulent is this? Now I have used a pre-made background, but I have shown you how to make backgrounds time and time again. The only reason I'm not doing it is because it's a Christmas one and we batch make for Christmas. So I wanted something that we could just cut into and be ready to go. So I'm going to show you how to make this, but please don't forget to share your makes with me. So let's have a look at how this is made. I wasn't sure whether to do a Christmas couple of videos, couple of tutorials in July, but all the shopping TV and all the channels seem to be doing Christmas in July, and I thought, why not? Because if you see something you like and you really don't have it in your stash already, it's giving you a chance to buy it, to get it, you know, to have a think. So yeah, I thought, why not do Christmas in July? Now, I know I said recently I don't use a lot of backing papers, and the paper I'm going to use is out of 'Tis the Season, and I actually had a couple of paper pads that would do. I'm not using the main side, although saying that, I'm going to put a frame on, and that would probably actually look really, really nice. But I'm going to use the reverse, and I did think I could actually go in and pimp it up a bit and stamp some bits on, stamp some music, stamp some, you know, some foliage or anything, but I'm actually going to keep it like that because I'm actually going to put quite a lot on the front and I don't want to distract it. But I just like that. It's not particularly Christmassy, but it's got a nice bit of gold, it's got a nice bit of speckle, and I just thought, why not? It really works for me. So like I say, I started off with the 12x12 pad. Now if you're going to be doing a lot, you probably want to get your 12x12 pad and cut it down, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on a 6x6 card. Now, let's just take this back a step. Christmas cards. Christmas cards are different to your run-of-the-mill cards. Your Christmas cards need to be something that you can replicate quite quickly. You need to be able to batch make, mass produce. You need to keep your supplies to a minimum because they are the one type of card that you make the most of. So you might be making 20, 30, 40 cards, and what you'll probably do is pick 2 or 3 designs and make, let's say, 10 of each, so that you can do this. So that's my train of thought when I'm making cards. And also they need to be fairly postable, although this one does have quite a bit of embellishment on the front. 6x6 card. So I've then gone, it's 5 7/8 of red. Now again, with Christmas cards, because you're making so many, you need to be a bit thrifty. So I've then cut about 5.5 down there. So it was a 6x6 pad, and I've just trimmed a little bit off. But we're going to, what we call, gut the card. I know a lot of people don't like it. If you wanted to, that could go straight on there, but it just seems such a waste because you've got no border around there. So I'm going to show you how I cut my card. Now you could do it with a die. I'm going to get my paper trimmer. So it'll only work with this sort of bladed, the V-blade paper trimmer. You can't do this with a guillotine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself a 3/4 of an inch gap, a border. So there's my 3/4 of an inch mark. So I'm going to pop my paper up against the top, make sure it's nice and square, up to the 3/4 inch mark, just there. I'm going to close the guard and I'm going to put the runner, because I've got a line, at 3/4 of an inch, just there. And I'm going to scroll it down to basically 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. I'm going to lift it up. Can you see I've got a partial cut? I'm going to turn it round back to the 3/4 inch. Once you've got a hang of this, you can make the borders different sizes. So I can then line that mark up with that one and then scroll back down. I'm going to take it down to the 5-inch mark. There we go. And then I'm going to come up again. I'm going to put it back up to the 3/4, oh, that's at 1 inch, back up to the 3/4 inch mark. There we go. And I'm going to line this marker up. Hopefully you can see that, because I can't see what you can see. I'm going to line that up with there and then scroll it back down to the 5-inch mark. And there is a black line on there, so I know it's straight. I'm going to take it back up to 3/4 of an inch again. There we go. Now what should happen is I should be able to line up with that, line up with that. And when I lift this off, don't worry if you've overshot a little bit. It's better to overshoot than not. I can then pop that one out. So I've now got a frame, nice 3/4 inch all the way around. So that means that what I can do is I can put that underneath here, and then I can glue that one onto there, and I've got all of this to use as well. So what I'm going to do here, and I will glue that in a minute, is I've got just a regular nesting die. So I know that's square because I've cut it square. I'm going to pop this in the centre. Now we are using every last bit of this piece of card. I'm going to grab a piece of tape and I'm going to pop that onto here. Now you want to get it as accurate as you can with your frame, but I'm going to emboss it and then I'm going to put a big flower on the front. So if it's not absolutely exact, you could be getting your ruler, you could be measuring. Don't get hung up about it. Now when I do something like this, I don't put all my plates in. I don't put my magnetic shim in. I don't need it. If I put it in, it's going to add so much pressure. What it could do is it could mark the card. It could crumple up the card and it could add, it's going to flatten it too much. So I'm doing a basic shape. I've got a really basic shape and it's cut it out absolutely perfectly. I wasn't concerned about it not cutting. So what we've now got is I've got those and I've got a frame and then I've got some card here to be cutting out all of my accessories. So let's move that out of the way. I'm going to put that back over there. Okay, that frame will look lovely. We can make that one step better. I'm going to bring back my cutting plates. I just want my 2 main cutting plates. And I'm going to bring in a Christmas embossing folder. Any Christmas embossing folder you've got. This one is an old tattered lace one. And it's, you can see, hopefully you can see, it's holly. So I'm going to pop this into here. So that's my top side. I'm going to put it that way around then because that's my top side. That's the bit that's going to do the deboss. Put that in. I'm going to try and get it as straight as possible. Now, this is bigger than my plate, but it doesn't matter. As long as the cardstock is inside those plates. It's a 2D embossing folder. Can you see? Although that sticks out, it's not fine. It's going to go that way into my machine. Really fine. The red piece, the one that wants embossing, is within the plates. Put those to one side. And then we can turn that over. Oh, that's my deboss. There we go. And look at that. Now, I think that looks so much better. Just adds that little bit of interest. So let's stick these together. So I'm going to come on here. We're going to work from the bottom up because then I know everything fits. Now this is really unusual for me. I have worked from a set card and worked everything else out. And it's actually a really sensible way to craft. Normally I start with my topper and then have to make a card base to fit. Today I went the other way and I thought, no, I've got lots and lots, believe you me when I say lots, of 6x6 card blanks. So I'm going to use them for my Christmas cards this year. I'm going to get some use out of those 6x6 because it's a nice size for posting and it'll just work. So that one's going on there. Like I say, you could put this on here. I'm going to use that, and you could have pimped that up a bit by adding extra detail to it. But we're not going to do that for today. We're just going to keep it fairly straightforward. I just find that I keep forgetting to go right down to the corners. So I'm just going to pop a little bit down here, a little bit there. Just make sure I've got the corners. I'm going to turn that over. So I've gone 1/8 of an inch smaller. So I did have to trim my 6x6 sheet just slightly. But if you've got 12x12 papers, you're going to get 4 of those out. And you would actually, if you had 12x12 for your red, you'd get 4 out of that as well. And what I love is everything coordinates because I've used every last bit of my card from the same bit. So pop that onto there. Now I want to get my frame and I've put some foam tape on. I've put my 3mm, 4mm tape on. I don't know. So let's take the back off there. Now I'm not going to pop this in the centre of my card. You're going to see in a minute. So I'm going to take the back off. I'm going to pop it to the bottom right hand side. This is just a personal preference. I just think I like how it looks when it's finished. It will look strange while we're going on. Little bit of glue on my foam tape so that I've got wriggle room. And I'm gonna match my border on those two sides, and I'm gonna bring it down to there. There we go. Now at the moment it looks strange because it's obviously not centered, but it will work. So there's my card base. So let's make some embellishments to go on it. So I'm going to pop that to one side. Now you've got this piece. Grab this. These are the dies that I've used for this one. So this is a Poinsettia die. So you saw me using this recently, but a smaller version. And that will actually cut perfectly out of this piece of card that I cut out of the middle. Remember that piece there? So I've cut two of those out. You don't need to see that for now. So I've cut those there, and we're going to make a gorgeous, gorgeous flower. So all I'm going to do is find my foam mat. It's here. You wouldn't believe, if you could see off camera, how I've got stuff kept together. I'm going to break down those fibres, and I'm going to just do that. Always working from the tip out to the centre. Oh, this is how I do it, just like this. A little bit of pressure and into the centre. Tip to the centre, and can you see straight away it starts to shape. Tip out to the centre. If you are into flower making, you can make them without ball tools. If you want to get into flower making, please invest in a good set of ball tools. There's so many out in the market. Turn it round, and I'm going to go into the centre, and I'm going to go into the centre. It's looking lovely. I'm actually just going to get my smaller ball tool. I'm just going to add a little bit more detail just there, just to work it, because this is quite a stiff card. Right, so once I've got that, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to grab this, and I'm just going to pinch it, make it a bit more. I just like the shape. Don't have to be exact. Now, if I was doing this in off camera, what I'd probably do now is add my sparkle to this. Actually, I could do it with like a spray adhesive, spray sparkle. That would look lovely. I'm going to put those in there. Just spray and sparkle, any sort of glitter spray. Give it a good shake. Oh, perhaps I should hold it still. Let's hold it still. There we go. There we are. Right. I have got the window open so it dries quick. So that's going to dry quite quickly. There we are. Right. And we're going to make our poinsettia out of that. So I just need to make sure that that's drying. It's not quite dry yet, but we'll see how we go. What we're going to do then, bring back our mat. That one's drier, so I'm going to go that way. So I need my ball tool again. Ideally wait for this to be a lot drier, and I'm going to get my hot glue. I'm going to put it there. I'm just putting a bit more than I normally would because I don't think this is properly dry yet. And I'm going to, pop that over there. If you don't have the spray, I'm going to show you. I did it with a sparkle pen for the other one I've done, and I'll show you that. So I'm going to get my ball tool, and I'm just going to press it down. There we go. Just like that. So what my ball tool's doing is it's flattening my glue, and it's giving it some shape. And also, because I've added that sparkle spray, I've wet the card, so it really makes it quite pliable. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, poke your tool through the middle of that glue, and I've got quite a lot of stamens, so I'm just going to give that a bit of a wiggly there. There we go. Just make sure those aren't sticking together. And what I've got is I've got a mix of red and black stamens. I've just folded them in half and twisted a piece of floristry wire around them. You've seen me do that so many times. If you go and look at any of my other flower making ones, you'll see. So I'm going to pop that through there, and I'm going to give it a big pull. It is a big pull. I've got 3 black and 3 red, so that's 6 in total. So it's 12 stamens wide when it's folded in half. I find sometimes just grabbing it with my tweezers and just pulling. There we go. You see, I just needed some grip. Pull it through. But I don't like my flowers not to have lots of stamens in. I think it makes a big, big difference pulling that through. If you've got something a bit thicker pokey tool, perhaps you might want to consider using that. There we go. I could do that going down just a little bit further. There we go. There we are. That's perfect. So I can take the wire out, My poker tool was a bit thicker, like I say. I'd have got a bigger hole and that would have gone through easier. Pop that through, and a little bit of hot glue round there. That's just going to hold those stamens in place. So I can turn that round. Oh, I've made a bit of a... yeah, you can see it's just not holding that glue because it was a bit wet, but it's not going, those aren't going anywhere at all. So I can just give, I'm just going to let that glue dry and then I give it a shape. So that's it with a sparkle spray on. You'll see it when I've finished and I'll let it dry. And this one is with my sparkle pen, and I actually put my sparkle on after I had made it, which is another way to do it, so it doesn't impact on your glue. I just thought it gave it a lift. Leave it matte if you wanted to. Now the other thing I've done, and I'll show you what I've done, is I've gone through my stash and I found mistletoe. I found a lovely flourish. I found a little flourish. I found some holly and some ivy in 2 sizes and some holly in 2 sizes. I'll show you my sentiment in a minute. I'll put that to one side. So I've cut all of those in a mix of gold and red. So this was my flourish. It went like that, but it was too big, so I've just trimmed it down into 2 flourishes. I've got some large holly and some small holly, just in a matte gold. This one's a bit shinier. I was running out of gold. I've got some ivy. Again, I love this one, really detailed. I've got my red poinsettia. I've just folded, this doesn't look very pretty, does it? I just folded backwards and forwards some ribbon just to create like little loops, because you're not going to see it. And I've got some more just here in the red dots, which I think is quite pretty. What else have I found? Oh, there's my mistletoe in the gold, but I've also got the mistletoe in a red. I've got those flourishes in a red, and I just went into my stash of pre-made little berries, and I've got those. So this is what I'm going to be using. So I've got all of those. So what we need to do is bring back the card now, and I think hot glue is going to work. Make sure I've got the right way up. So remember, I've got this bigger bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop the red flower here, and this is why I brought it down. So the first thing I want to do is put these flourishes on. So I'm going to put, remember I've cut this one down, but no one is, you can't tell it's cut down at all. So I'm going to just bring that one just like that. Let's put a little bit of glue on. So that's going to go, oh yeah, that looks opulent, doesn't it? Let's put a little bit on there. I will stick my flower on quite early. Now if you want to, I often talk about using 3D glue for something like this because it allows you to manipulate things. What I'm going to do is, I've got this that I made, this ribbon. So just basically backwards and forwards made a loop. I've never seen anyone do this. I just wanted to make a nice loop, and I thought that's quite an easy way to do it. So just a little bit of hot glue just to secure it. And I'm going to tuck in a little bit of red ribbon. Again, I think hot glue is much better for something like this than your 3D glue. Just my personal preference. I'm going to trim this one down. I've got some scissors. Just going to get rid of some of the excess ribbon. Just like that. Let's put that one there. And put that just like... So we're really going opulent with this. Okay, I think now it's time for the flower. So you'll see the difference on the back of here is I've cut those extra loops off. I just find it helps for putting it down. It gives me less bulk. Nice blob of hot glue on the back there. And then that is going on here. If you don't have ribbon, how about you doing a bit of sisal? You see me use sisal on some of my projects. So I've flattened that a bit, but don't worry, I'm going to reshape it in a minute. I'm just going to use my pokey tool just to press it down. So you can see I've got all my flourishes and everything. What was I after? Another glue stick because I'm running out of glue. Let's just melt the end of my glue stick so that it sticks. There we go. Right. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is add all the bits of foliage that I've got. So I've got, oh, I'm going to do these flourishes. I should have put these flourishes on before I put my flower on. Let's see if I can tuck these underneath. Let's go and tuck that one under there. I always forget which order I want to tuck. Oh, that actually works really well. I'm not too disappointed about that. Let's come on here. And actually, the more hot glue you're doing, the longer it can be taken to dry sometimes. Let's put that one just coming round like that. I want to get these little berries. So all I do with these berries is sometimes I cut some bits off, but I want a little bit of stalk to put my glue on. So all I do is put a little bit of hot glue around there, and then I'll just poke that coming out. Let's get the other one. Might not need the matte one, I'll just use these glittery ones. I'm going to not cut this one too short, fold it, so I've just folded that over. That gives me something to put my glue on. And then that one, I don't want to go too symmetrical, but I want to keep it fairly good. A little bit of red, and we can put that up here. If you're tall and short, just get your pokey tool and poke it in. Oh, that one's not poking in. Come on, there, that's it. And I'm going to get some gold. Let's put my tweezers, because I can really then give it a little bit of a push. Let's pick that up, and then we can put that under. Oh, that's looking nice. I want to get some of my foliage, so let's go in with the holly. These have embossed beautifully, so let's come in here, and the ivy. Even though I'm not going green, I still need my foliage, just as I always would. So let's come under here. We're just building this up. Look at this, isn't this gorgeous? If you want, I think I might need a little bit. I thought some of this holly was too big, but now that my card is finished, or putting together, I need that bigger holly, don't I, to be able to see it. Do I want? It's too big. What's this? Ooh, gold. I always cut lots and don't always use it, but it'll go. Because this is a Christmas card, I'd be doing lots of them, wouldn't I? So it really will not be wasted. Let's come under here and pop that bit just there. I don't know, I think that'll almost do, because I need to give that a little bit more of a shape. Okay, so I'll have a think. I might put a few more bits in. Do I want another bit? Do I need... Actually, I might put that one just under there. Let's get my tweezers. I don't think I need any gems on this one. I think I've got enough bits on it. Gosh, Corrine, a card with no gems on. Wow, what is the world coming to? Okay, so can you see now why I kept my frame down to the one side? Because I've got this that's top heavy. If I'd have put my frame centre, this would have come over so much of my frame. It really would. So my frame, my sentiment, what I'm going to do, again, these are really old ones. These are stamps by me, and it is, oh, no, where's the stamp? Where's the stamp? Here it is. There it is. It is this set here. They came like this. So you've got all of these lovely sentiment, and you've got the matching dies. So I have, let's put the card out of the way for a minute. Let's move those. I have just used the die to cut it out. Now, sometimes some people might stamp first and then die cut. I'm going to do it the other way round, and I'll show you why. So what I've done is I've cut out my piece. I just find it easier this way. Well, I'm going to put that onto here. I'm going to get a dotty tape pen, because I've got paper on here. I'm going to put a small amount of dotty tape pen on the back of there, and I'm going to glue that down. So I'm going to find my sentiment. Where have I just put it? I've just put it away. There it is. Got my piece, and I'm going to line it up onto that piece of card. So I know it's in the right place. So I can pick up my sentiment. Now you can see there's nowhere I could have put my magnet on there. So I'm going to pick that up. That's holding tight because of the dotty tape pen on the back. And then I will ink up my sentiment. I'm using just my VersaFine because it's a nice dark black. I did start with a quick dry ink and just found it was almost grey. It was just not strong enough. So I can put that on there. Look at that, one stamp. Absolutely perfect. Now, I put this, when I was practicing, I put this one on my card and it didn't look right. I'm going to show you. Put that on there. I've got muted colours, haven't I? Everything's muted, and then I've got this white. So, I've done one already, and I have just taken Sandstorm and a dauber, and I've just gone round the edges with a bit of sandstorm. So can I show you the two together? So I've got pure white or vintage, and I just think that really works. So all I've done is put some foam tape on the back. I have put the same foam tape as the frame and an extra piece of 2mm just to give it a bit of height. So I can put that just here. Now, do I want that? Yes, I want that to come within the card, otherwise it's going to make postage if it comes out, because it won't fit in a 6x6 box. It'll have to go by box. And that is what I've done. Now, I just said I wasn't going to put any gems on, but I'm doubting myself now. This, I'm going to pick up a couple of gold gems. Oops, that's flipped over. Why is that flip over? I'm going to put one there. Look, I found my Sizzix tweezers back. Don't know where they were. They just were hiding from me. I'm going to take that one back off. I'm going to put that one up here. Put that one on there. And no, that'll have to do because that's the only ones I've got. Yeah, just like that little bit of sparkle on there. And that is going to be one of my staple Christmas cards. So I think this is going to be one of my Christmas cards for hand delivered cards. So I will do a flatter card. I've got the idea in my head, and I'll do that as the next video. So my next video will be a flat Christmas card for one that you might need to post. How about that? What do you think? That is going to be this year's Christmas card. So we've been so frugal. We've taken the red card we cut out to make the frame. We've then taken the centre to make the flower. All right, I had to use a little bit more because it didn't do, but I've used every last scrap. I've used the same red to do the all the sort of embellishments, a little bit of ribbon, and then some nice gold to pick it up. I don't think it needed any more stamping on the back. I think that would have been overkill. A few stamens in the centre of there, but how about that? What do you think? Christmas in July. Is that like a swear word, or are you happy with that? Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that? I hope so. I hope you'd like that. Now, I will sort of try and put a few links down at the bottom in the description of this video. So if you will click on those, and also my Buy Me a Coffee page, as always, is linked down there. I hope you like this. I hope it inspires you, even if it's not a poinsettia and you think, no, I could do that for a birthday card or anything like that. I'd love to see. So please share them with me if you do manage to make them. Another Christmas card is coming on the next video. I think I know what it's going to be, and actually I'm going to use something that's not Christmassy if I end up doing the one that I was thinking of doing. It could all change. So until my next video, happy crafting, everyone. I hope you've had a lovely weekend, even if the weather isn't brilliant. That's for my UK viewers. Oops, got a bit of glue. Yeah, not brilliant, but you don't mind doing Christmas cards when it's not blazing hot, do we? So there we go. Well, we can be forgiven for that. So happy crafting, and please don't forget to share with me anything that you make. So until next time, take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.